This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hi everyone, I am Loue O'Farrell and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the Queen of NSPW, Loue O'Farrell.
Hi, thanks for having me.
The pleasure is all ours. And when is the next time we could see you event-wise?
On event-wise, I am wrestling on the August 9th, I believe, for NSPW, La Rage sur la 4e rue, where I will take on Michel Plante, Dylan Donovan, and Pee-wee for the NSPW Championship in the Arizona. I believe the event will be broadcasted on IWTV.
Perfect. I'm pretty sure there was a couple of words I did not understand in there, but I'm sure the people at North Shore definitely do. And where can we find you on social media as well?
Social media, you can find me under my wrestling name, Loue O'Farrell, on Facebook and Instagram. So I am not on X.
And merchandise?
Oh, for the merch, I only sell. I don't sell online, unfortunately. I only sell live in live events.
Okay, so merchandise at live events. All right. And you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all her social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Like I said at the beginning, at the top, you are the Queen of North Shore Pro Wrestling. Can you tell us about your relationship with them?
I've been wrestling for NSPW for a few years. I've started back in 2018, I believe. It's pretty much the only promotion who I wrestled for. It's the best promotion in Quebec, in the province of Quebec in Canada, and so it's a big privilege to wrestle for them and to work with them. So I don't need really to wrestle for anyone else. Sometimes I do it with pleasure because it's always fun to wrestle other people. But I mainly wrestle for NSPW as I am a young mother, and it's pretty hard for me to take bookings here and there. So I mainly focus on NSPW.
Well, it does seem like you don't have to venture out that much. The competition is kind of coming to you. As much as 2024 was a big year for you, it does seem like 2025 definitely has been somewhat of a breakout year. Not too long ago, you wrestled Tessa Blanchard. What was that experience like?
It was amazing. It was one of my favorite matches I've ever done, as she is one of the best pro wrestler I've ever faced in the ring, be it male or female. I mean, I've had the chance to wrestle with Marcedes Martinez not long before, and I could hang with her, and then I had a great match with her. And so I knew I would have a great match with Tessa, but Tessa is on a league of her own. She's one of the best female wrestler on the planet right now. So I was anxious coming into that match because I knew I had a lot of pressure because I'm one of the good wrestlers. I'm one of the good female wrestlers in Quebec. And when the match was announced, people had a lot of expectations on that match. So I had a lot of expectations on my shoulder, and I think we delivered. And it was very nice wrestling Tessa because she wrestles like a guy, like I do. So it was a very fun experience, and I enjoyed it very much.
Was you able to talk to Tessa after the match or before the match?
Yes, I talked to her a little before the match and during the show and after the show, and she had a great match too, and she very much enjoyed being part of the roster. It was an event sans restriction chrono, which is made by Kevin Raphael, which is a big name in sports in Quebec. And she had a lot of fun to come to Quebec and wrestle me. So it was an honor for me to be able to offer her that match, and I had a great time. She's great. She's a very great person. She's very generous of her time. She was willing to take all my moves, and she was very, very humble, and she's just a great person all around.
No, you mentioned, added pressure. You mentioned that Marcedes Martinez, not too long before that match.
Yes.
Having, going toe to toe with Marcedes, did that kind of put more pressure on you to kind of live up to that with Tessa?
No, it was the opposite actually, because I knew if I could hang with Marcedes that I could hang with Tessa, I believe. And I was able to deliver a good match with Marcedes, so it kind of put me at ease, and it helped me trust myself more in the process of going into that match with Tessa. So it was actually the opposite. It was a good experience to have Marcedes, because she's a little older and she approached a match a little differently, and it was so different than what I am used to in Quebec, because she does a lot of TV and so does Tessa, and so the way they approach the match is different. So I had a little experience of that way of building a match when I had my match with Tessa. So it was a reassuring to have my match with Marcedes beforehand.
Marcedes Martinez, one of the harder hitters that you've been in the ring with?
Yes, definitely one of the hardest hitters I've been in the ring with. I had a hard time with her, but it was a great experience. It was solid, but she never injured me, or even it was never close to me being injured. It was stiff. It was a hard game, but it was always safe. It was stiff but safe. So it was just great.
Now, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a story that led up to the events of the match with Marcedes, no?
There wasn't a story beforehand. The story behind that match is it was the last event of Femme Fatale, which was a big female-only promotion in Quebec. And Marcedes Martinez was the only wrestler who had the championship 3 times, the Femme Fatale championship 3 times. So when the promotion decided to close down, to shut off, it was only natural for them to invite Marcedes for the last match. And since there was already a big match on the card, requiring a big portion of the roster, I was one of the only girls that was free for this match. So that's how I ended up with that match. But I mean, I'm very glad I had.
I mean, Tessa Blanchard, Marcedes Martinez, what does it kind of mean to you to be giving these matches, to be trusted, as the queen, to, hang with these individuals?
It's a big responsibility. I felt like I deserved those matches because I've been running around for a few years, and I've been establishing my name as one of the great female wrestlers of Quebec. So I think I deserved those matches, but I had to deliver, and I had to seize those opportunity and show people why I actually deserved those matches. So it was anxious going into those matches because I had to deliver, but it was positive. I couldn't wait to have those matches because I was having great competition, and I could try to step up my game even more. And it's always a good thing to wrestle with better wrestler than you, so you can learn and better yourself. And so I just took those matches like that kind of opportunity, and I just couldn't wait to go into those matches. And the trust, because it's rare in Quebec that they bring in big female names. So when you are giving those names and you have those matches, you must deliver. And it's a marque de confiance. The way the booker trusts me in giving me those matches, it's an honor for me, and it's a part of the pressure I put on myself that I must deliver, because the booker trusts me with that match, so I must deliver. And I always give my 110%, and I believe I did. And it was just such a great experience, because those are great girls, great women, and great fighters, and I just love to wrestle them so much.
Now, you did hold the North Shore Junior Heavyweight Championship for an impressive 729 days.
Yes.
And you are, at the time, you were the only woman to hold that championship as well. What does that achievement mean to you?
Once again, it's the trust that was put in me by the booker to carry that championship for so long, and to not only carry it and defend it, but to elevate that championship into another level. This is what we tried to do with that championship, and I believe we succeeded. Just to receive that opportunity and to be chosen as champion in that promotion, which is the best promotion in the province, and the roster is the most stacked roster in the province, and even in the country, might I say. It's a big badge of honor. It's a big badge of trust, and it's just another opportunity where I needed to deliver, and I believe I did, because the booker was handing me the ball and I had to score a goal. And I believe if I had that championship for so long, I did score goals every time I was handed the ball. So I believe we had a goal with that championship, and we succeeded in doing what we wanted to do with that championship, elevate it and make it more important, and use it as a platform to elevate the next champion that would have it, because it was not only a game of me having it and make it something great with it. It was to give a big push to the next person who would be having it. And I believe we managed that also when Chris Tarrow won it. So it was a very fond memory I have in my career, is my reign as junior heavyweight champion.
I'm assuming you want it back, right?
I have my eyes set on another kind of championship. I had the tag team championship in NSPW. I had the junior heavyweight championship. All that remains in order for me to be a Grand Slam champion in NSPW is the main title, and I am aiming for this one.
Okay, so you heard it here first.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going for the top. I'm going to be queen of it all.
Hell yeah. It is interesting interesting that SPW they don't have female exclusive championships. They are very much gender neutral championships. Is that something you like and prefer, considering you've had female exclusive titles?
It's something I very much enjoy, in the sense that NSPW don't discriminate between women and men. They will take the best around. You will be booked as a wrestler. You will not be booked as a male wrestler or a female wrestler. You will be booked according to your strength, your weaknesses, and the way you make the crowd react, regardless of your gender. So if that applies to the way we are booked, that applies for the way we aim for championship also. So that's just the point of NSPW. You are not booked as a male or a female. You are just booked as a wrestler. And so if you do the job, you might have opportunities to win championship. And this is something I very much enjoy about the promotion, because I believe in equality. And I mean, wrestling is a show. You can do whatever you want with that show. You can make it work. And that's exactly what we do in NSPW. We make intergender work. The crowd is into it. They get behind us, and it works. So there is absolutely no reason to have female only championship or a women's division in NSPW.
Now, winning that championship, the junior heavyweight championship, was that a moment you took in the moment, or is it something that kind of set in afterwards, like, wow, I did this?
That's a good question. I believe I realize how great it was now that it is over, because it was a very long reign. It was an over 2-year reign. It was a 2-year reign. And when I think back about what we did with that reign, I started it as a baby face and I turned heel, and then I continued defending that championship until the ultimate time where I lost it. But I think I enjoyed it while I was having it, because it's a rather long reign, so I had the time to think and enjoy it. But it's now that it is over, I realize how special it was.
I gotcha. Maybe this was a good moment, maybe a bad moment. Can you tell us about that time you wrestled in the rain?
Yes, golden opportunity in Stade Canac. It was golden opportunity 13, I believe, or 14, I can't remember. Yes, I was wrestling against Zach Patterson. I was defending the junior heavyweight champion against Zach Patterson. It was a gruesome match. No DQ. There were, oh my God, there were chairs, kendo sticks. There were ladders. There were a lot of stuff. Zach bled. It was very slippery. We had to. It was this close that we canceled the show because it was dangerous. It was actually dangerous. The ring was under the ring, and the ropes were slippery as hell. And there were a bunch of people using the ropes to do a bunch of moves. So it was very, very dangerous. So we had a meeting before the show, the whole roster, with the promoter and the booker, and they asked us, do we go forward with the show? It's your security that matters, but we must inform you that the crowd, in spite of the rain, they are all dancing in the stands. The party was on, and so we just couldn't go and cancel the show. So we went with it. We just changed a few things so we wouldn't go on the rope so much, and we worked around the rain. So like we sometimes work around an injury, we worked around the temperature, we worked around the rain, and we just cut a bunch of moves off that we were using too much of the ropes, and then we just went with it. And And at the end of the day, it was a very great match. And we did win match of the year that year, and the yearly awards. So that's that. So it was a very fun experience, great pictures, but it was like a never again experience, too dangerous.
Yes, the rain definitely made the pictures a lot more dramatic.
Yes, they do. Yes, it does.
But, just wrestling in the rain generally is, dangerous. But considering you had hardware, weapons, I imagine that it made things even more dangerous. Considering, there's more added elements. No.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and there were some spots where Zach would climb on chairs, holding me into powerbomb position, and so it was. I had to trust that boy a lot in order to do all those spots we did. But he pulled it out. Zach is a very safe worker, and I trusted him, and we went with all those crazy spots. And I mean, he's so much bigger than I am, and so strong. And I am a small woman. I'm like 5'4", and I weighed like 120 pounds. So I was nothing for him. It would hit me like a rag doll. So it was easy for him to carry me around, even if it were dangerous conditions. So it definitely made everything more dangerous with the weapons and all. But sometimes those weapons save you from doing like wrestling spots. Just use those weapons instead. So maybe it's safer in a way.
I'm sure that this is more safer than other things. You had a WWE tryout in 2019. What was that experience like?
It was an amazing experience. It was like one of those surreal experiences where you don't think you'll ever walk into somewhere where there is a WWE ring. And you will actually climb on it and run on it and roll on it and bump in it. It's surreal, and the people who are there just so professional. And I had the pleasure of meeting William Regal, even if it was a very small tryout, in the sense that usually they bring people in Florida, so there are like 4 or 5 rings where you can do all your drills. But then where we were, it was the SummerSlam weekend in Toronto, and they did a quick tryout to scout talents in the country. So there were people from the Maritimes, the people from BC, a lot of people from Ontario. There's some people from Quebec, and we all there were like 40 people ish. And we had only one ring, so it was a very small tryout. But I had the pleasure of meeting William Regal and Matt Bloom, and there were Aliyah at that time when she was there, with Ludwig Kaiser was also there. So it was a great experience of just seeing how hard it actually is to be a WWE wrestler. I mean, it's non-stop drill and non-stop work. And this is, I believe that's the moment I realized I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to be a top professional wrestler. I don't want to go all in that kind of life. So doing it like I do with NSPW, it's just plenty enough for me.
Oh, so if they would have offered you a contract, you would have turned it down?
I think I would. I think I would have, because it's leaving everything behind. I have a daughter, and I don't think I would be able to just give up everything and go to Florida to try and maybe make it. I don't know. I don't have that kind of courage.
Gotcha. Obviously that training took place in 2019. how do you kind of view yourself back then compared to you now as a pro wrestler? Ability wise.
In what years?
It was 2019.
2019, yeah. Yeah, I think I was a very beginner wrestler. Even if I had a few years under the belt already, the way I used to approach matches in those days were not very mature. I was like a baby wrestler, and I was approaching every match like, what kind of moves can I do instead of what kind of story do I want to tell? So this is how I approach matches now. And I believe I have a way better psychology as how to actually build a match. And I'm just shoving a bunch of moves in there. So that's how I think I've grown a lot in the past few years, because I've been wrestling with so many great names in the Quebec scene, like Travis Toxic, Matt Angel. I've been wrestling with Marco Estrada. I've been wrestling with the whole NSPW roster for a few years. I've just learned so much. So that's how I would see myself. I was a baby wrestler, and now I've matured a bit.
And it has been showing. The last 3 years, you've been featured in PWI's top list. In 2022, you were on the women's list, 147. In 2023, you were actually on the proper 500 list. You were 353. What does that kind of mean to you to be, on the PWI's top 500, not just female wrestlers, but all wrestlers?
That's something I thought wouldn't happen ever in my life, being even in the women's one. Because a few years ago there was only 50. The female PWI was only 50 wrestler, but being on the 500 main PWI main list, it was crazy. I did not see that coming, but I knew I was wrestling mostly guys, so that's why I was on the list. And I know I have good booking, and that year I had very good booking. But I just didn't think it would echo this far as to go into the PWI. But it was a great honor, and I can say that in my life I was in that list. So it's just, I'm just very, very happy, and I don't care if it never happened again. It doesn't really matter to me. It happened once, and I'm just very glad about it. And if it happens again, I'm gonna be very glad. I'm just not hoping for anything of the sort.
Well, in 2024, you were back on the women's list. Out of 250 women, you were 84. Broke the top 100. So it does kind of say, how much work you put into it to say that you broke out in the 100 top female wrestlers. No.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That also surprised me, but I've been working so hard, not only on my wrestling but also character-wise in the way I build matches. And I believe everything kind of comes together when you put so much work into what you do. You deliver always, and then comes new opportunities where you deliver again, and just keeps going that way. And to be featured this high on the list, surrounded by other great names, is another big badge of honor. And something I wish to repeat again in the next few years, actually. But there are so many great names from Quebec that made that list, and I'm very happy. The scene in Quebec isn't forgotten. We our scene, we are good. There are so many good names in Quebec, so many good female wrestlers and male wrestlers as well. And we deserve to be seen, and to be in those lists just warms my heart.
Oh yeah. The the female roster you have up there is second to none. Having spoken to a lot of them, there's definitely a lot of great talent.
Yes.
You know, you said to continue being on the list in the next couple of years. I mean, considering what we talked about, matches against Tessa, Marcedes, even Samurai del Sol.
Yes.
I mean, the list is coming out like in maybe like the next 2 or 3 months. So
Maybe it will be in the list again.
would there be a number you would be looking at that?
No, not at all. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I know I've had good booking for them for the last year, but I no, I would never hope on anything. I don't think I will break the. Maybe I'll break the top 100 again. I don't know. I don't care. I really don't.
Well, one of the reasons you got on that list, even mentioned in PWI, was that you actually got a W on the wonderful Lufisto. Obviously a big, well-known, respected name in pro wrestling, especially up in Canada. What was that experience like wrestling Lufisto?
It's one of those matches I would have hoped would have happened much sooner and just way more often now that she cannot wrestle anymore because she's had a few surgeries in the past few months, and I mean her health is improving good, and I'm happy about that. But the fact that I wasn't wrestling outside of NSPW, and she was doing her own thing elsewhere, and we did not cross paths before that. The match we had was so good, and the chemistry was there, and I just know a feud between us would have been money. But it's just one of those sad stories where events we want to see unfold just can't, because of the conditions and the situations surrounding everything. And it's a bummer. It definitely is a bummer because that match was great, and I would have hoped to have many more with her. She's just so good and so much experience. I would have learned, and I would have loved to learn everything she would have to teach me, because that's what I did with Marcedes, and that's what I did with Tessa. Every time they were talking, and that's what I did with Samurai del Sol also. Every time they were talking, I was listening, and I would have done the same with her. And I think I would have improved better sooner if I had wrestled her more in a younger time, and that's a bummer. But that's it. It was a lovely experience, and I loved wrestling her. And I actually had that match on my birthday, so it was a great gift.
Well, hey, I will say this, health issues notwithstanding, nobody stays retired, and never say never. So, maybe there will be another match down the road.
I would love it. I would definitely love it.
Well, from a good moment, bittersweet moment, to that segment once again, Lou's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Oh, I don't have many weird stories. I don't drive a lot, but when I do, I usually do with with my boys in NSPW. They talk a lot and they joke a lot and we laugh. We laugh a lot. But something like maybe bizarre that happened maybe once. But it's not so bizarre. I mean, don't get your hopes too high.
Fair enough.
I had a match in the Maritime in Moncton because there's a good friend of mine, Marcus Burke. He was wrestling in NSPW and he's from Moncton and he had a promotion down there and he invited me, so I went. And I went there with two guys from Toronto area, Aiden Prince, I believe. Maybe you know him.
Yes, I've heard of him.
Yes, Aiden Prince and Channing Decker. Hasn't wrestled in a while.
I believe I've heard of him as well.
Yeah, he was a blonde guy, went to Japan. And there was Sylvain Grenier also. And so we made the ride, all four of us. And when we came back, the two Ontario guys, Decker and Prince, were sleeping in the back seat, and I was in the front of the car with Sylvain fucking Grenier, and we were driving for like 7 hours, and he was like talking to me about backstage stories with the WWE boys, and we actually watched a movie in the car while we were driving. The movie on Freddie Mercury movie. We watched that movie and the very small screen in his car. It was like back in 2019, 2018, maybe, I don't know. It was I was just sitting in my seat like, what the fuck's going on? I'm watching a movie with Sylvain fucking Grenier. Well, going back to Quebec City, that was like, it's not crazy, but it's a little crazy coming.
I mean, I definitely say that it's pretty interesting. You watch Bohemian Rhapsody in the front seat of a car.
Yes.
Maybe this is also a bizarre or unique experience. You were part of Pizza Salvador commercials?
Yes.
What was that like?
It was fun. It was a very fun experience. We tried something to increase the popularity of NSPW, making a deal with a local pizzeria, pizza shop in Quebec, which is called Salvatore. And we just did a bunch of clips where Zach Patterson and I would battle against making the best pizza. And and at the end of the day, at a show, they just brought the pizza Zach and I created, and we had a little contest, like who would sell more pizza than the other. And I unfortunately lost, but it was great. I just enjoy very much turning all those little clips. I have a lot of fun acting, and I have a good chemistry with Zach, and it was just loads of fun. But it didn't pay out. Like the deal came to an end, and it was not renewed. But it was just loads of fun.
Low key for a second, I thought that those commercials were for Pizza Hut. It kind of seemed like the same color scheme, but then I was like, oh, Salvador Pizza.
Yeah.
Speaking of color schemes, you actually had a Naruto themed ring gear not too long ago, based off of Pain. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, because I've been watching Naruto. I've been discovering Naruto for the last few months, and I just thought, since it was a golden opportunity, it was a great time to have a special entrance. And so I wanted to do something Naruto related, because I've very much, it all came from the music, the Pain song. It was one of those pieces of music that makes my makes me go crazy. You know, like having like goosebumps. Give me goosebumps. When I heard that song, it gave me goosebumps, and I just had to find a way to incorporate it in my entrance for golden opportunity. So I just thought we could have it, and then I have my own music start. And so I bought some renegans, and I did not want to do a full cosplay, but I just wanted to have a Naruto inspired entrance. So I don't have nothing on my gear which is related to the Akatsuki or to Naruto at all. But I had the renegans, and I painted the black stud on my nose and under my mouth, on my chin, like paint does. And so it was an amazing moment to hear that song being blasted in the arena before wrestling Samurai del Sol and a bunch of other guys for the NSPW title. It was a great time.
Well, can you tell us about your love of Naruto?
I very much love Naruto. I did not know Naruto before a few months ago. My boyfriend made me discover Naruto, as I am making him discover One Piece. I'm a big One Piece fan, and I don't have much time to watch a bunch of anime, and so I only have time to focus.
If you're watching One Piece, that probably takes up all your time.
Yes, it's a very long anime. I've been watching it for a long time, and I took a break because now I'm watching Naruto, and I love Demon Slayer also. And but I love like a few anime. I'm a small anime fan, so I very much love Naruto. I love Luffy. I love Luffy like crazy. I love One Piece, and Demon Slayer has some very good characters to it. So I love those anime.
What's your favorite One Piece arc?
My favorite One Piece arc, I believe it's Dressrosa.
Okay. So Doflamingo.
Not only because of Doflamingo, because I very much love the way Sabo gets the Mirror fruit, and Fujitora. I love Fujitora.
Driller Bark. Good arc or don't like it?
Sorry, what?
Driller Bark.
Dromo what?
Oh, Driller Bark, the arc, the One Piece arc with the zombies.
Oh, Thriller Bark.
Yes.
I don't mind it. I enjoy it. There are some very nice, very funny moments. There are funny moments and nice moments in every arcs. I believe I like Thriller Barks. I mean, Luffy is funny in that.
You're not going to get any complaints from me. Driller Bark is like one of my favorite stories, but for whatever reason, it's somewhat controversial. Like, people either like really love it or people really hate it, and I don't know why it gets the hate.
I don't know why either. I mean, it's not even that long. It's a small arc. I mean, it's very easy to go over it. And there's Ors. Ors is a good moment. I mean, Moria is a good villain, and there's that like insane fight with Zoro and his sister, and I mean, it's great. Brooke is cool. I love Brooke.
I just love how Brooke came in. It was like, hey, be a part of my crew, and he's like, sure.
Skeleton, be my nakama. I love Luffy.
And low-key, best line of all time. He's an old man with injuries. That's a zombie.
Yes. The best line. Are you asking me what the best line in One Piece is?
Oh no, I was saying that is the best line. But if you have a better line, then yeah, share it.
Oh no, my favorite line in One Piece is a Fujitora line. Is a Fujitora. At the very end of the Dressrosa arc, when he says that he wished he hadn't blinded himself. And he says, I want to see the color of your eyes. I want to see I want to see the color of your hair, the shape of your eyes. And he said, I bet you look kind. And that's the best line in Skyrim, in One Piece. The best line in One Piece is, I bet you look kind.
Oh yeah. I think I would say he is your favorite non-Straw Hat character.
My favorite non-Straw Hat. Oh, that's a great one. My favorite non-Straw Hat character. I mean, I love Shanks. I used to love Ace. Breaks my heart. Ace was one of my favorite. I love Boa also. Oh my God, Yamato. I think it's Yamato. I love Yamato.
Okay.
With every fiber of my being, I love Yamato.
You mentioned Demon Slayer as well. Favorite Demon Slayer arc?
Oh, I'm not. I have to rewatch it in order to make sense of everything I've seen. But the train one is great.
McGinn Train.
Yeah, the train one is insane.
Favorite Demon Slayer character?
I think his name is Zenitsu, the one that sleeps and becomes insane.
Yeah. Yes.
I love that character. I was wondering how can such a cowardly boy pass the exam, and when you just passed out and started killing everyone. I mean, I'm buying that character, so I'm buying the concept. This is so cool. He's my favorite character.
I'm pretty sure in the upcoming movies, you actually get his backstory. So, we get to see why he is the way he is. So.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. I love that character.
Now, when you're not, pro wrestling, you are actually an archaeologist, no?
No, I'm not an archaeologist. Unfortunately, I'm not an archaeologist. I studied archaeology, and I tried doing my master's degree, but stuff happened like the pandemic, and I got pregnant, and I unfortunately lost everything I was working on my master, so it kind of broke my heart, and I just left. And it's kind of a hard time these days in archaeology. It's not a good moment to join. It's hard for young people to actually make it in archaeology. So I just gave up and I found something else.
I got you. But you were able to go on a dig, no?
Yeah, I went on a few digs. It was great. I mean, I love the work. It's hard because it's very hot and you work hard all day long, but the reward in itself when you find something, it's great. And I think it's a beautiful line of work. How to say it? You have both your hands in historical matter, and that's nice. But that's it.
Yeah, no, I think archaeology is really cool as well. Definitely don't have the brain to actually become an archaeologist myself, but history has always fascinated me.
Yeah, it really is.
That being said, can you tell us about your love of D&D?
Oh, D&D, I haven't played in a while. It's like D&D is like my teenage love. I continued playing for a few years when I was an adult, but I actually learned playing D&D on the 3.5, and it was the purest edition kind of. It was a great edition, but I enjoy just like in wrestling, you're playing a character, and that character has magical abilities or supernatural abilities, or they're super strong or something. And the adventures that character embarks on, and it's just I love the fantasy settings, and so just have magic and dragons and shit like that, and it just very appealing to me, and I just very much enjoyed the dynamic in a group of people sitting around a table and just playing characters and having fun together and eating snacks, and it's I just love the idea, the meta of it, and the actual playing it. It just everything about D&D is great. I mean, it's just so nice to play a character which is so strong and take some enemies that are so incredible and having so many good adventures. And sometimes when you have good people around your table, you can have good dialogues with them. You just delve into a good story, and it's very nice. It's very nice. I mean, it's very close to wrestling, like I'm playing a character and all, but the fantasy setting I enjoy very much.
What class was you?
I played a few classes, but one of my favorite, I believe, is a cleric. Because it's like a good mix of having a big shield and a big weapon and casting spells, and you're healing people. And I don't know, I very much enjoy cleric or ranger. I like ranger.
What was your longest campaign?
My longest campaign, good question. There was that one campaign many years ago where we were playing drow elves, and I was playing a cleric of Loth, and I believe that's where my love of the class began. Yeah, I was playing Imzel Varlotes, a priestess of Loth, and I had like a few other drow with me, and I played for a few months. It was nice. I've played a few long campaign, but it's hard to commit to a campaign as a group.
Right.
But we've played for like several months to like 2 years, something like that.
Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but you can actually write in the elf language, no?
No, I can't. Where did you see that?
I do my research, and it appeared that you could, but I understand that if you can't.
No, I can't. Maybe I don't know where you find. No, I can't write in Elvish.
Fair enough. But I'm assuming Lord of the Rings fan, no?
Yes, I am. Absolutely, I am.
Alright, well, I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
Oh, wow. Oh, there would be some Tool in it for sure. There would be some Linkin Park. Oh, okay. Linkin Park has been a great, big part of my teenage years. It was my massive favorite group when I was a teenager. So there would definitely be at least one song of Linkin Park. Which one? it would be on Hybrid Theory, and I love either Runaway or the very last one. I can't remember the name, but I very much enjoyed. I very much like Runaway or the last one. I believe the last one I enjoy the most. I can't remember the name, but it's the last one of that album. There would be Numa from Tool. Oh my god. Third song. Oh my god, what a question. It would have to be like Brit rock. I love Brit rock. Like maybe Feel Good. Gorillaz. Yeah, those would be the song.
Okay. I mean, you have Linkin Park, so I mean, you can't go wrong with that for sure.
Nah, I can. Absolutely, I can.
Definitely solid picks to say the least. Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays yourself? And you can't say you because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Oh my god, who plays me? I don't have a good knowledge of the Hollywood roster right now, so I have no idea who looks like me. I don't know. I don't think I could answer that question.
Fair enough.
Do you have any idea who looks like me?
I mean, not off the top of my head. Like now you're putting me on the spot.
I mean, I'm not old, but the people I think about, they're like in their 50s right now, so they couldn't play me.
I mean, we have CGI and an unlimited budget, so I mean, if you're thinking of somebody, we could make it work.
Oh my god. I'm thinking of a name, but I cannot be her. She cannot be me. She's too pretty. But I can't think of anybody else. I'm thinking like Monica Bellucci, but she's way too pretty. So I don't know if it works. I don't know people right now.
We could definitely make that work.
Sorry?
We could definitely make that work.
I don't have any name.
Well, we're getting Monica to do it. So be careful what you wish for.
Absolutely.
Now every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people with meaning to you in your story that would be in your movie?
Wow, that's a good question. I'm thinking people like are relating to my wrestling career or just my life.
However you want to answer it.
Oh, okay. So if I keep it wrestling wise, keeping all the personal stuff a little more private, there would be of course my boyfriend, who are NSPW's booker, which definitely is a big part of how I made it into the Quebec wrestling thing in the last few years. He's booking NSPW. He was booking Femme Fatale, so he was almost the only booker to book me in the last few years. So definitely a big part. There would be my good friend Geneviève Bernier, with whom I've started to train like 15 years ago. And she still design and makes my wrestling gear to this day. And there would be Mathieu Darcini, Travis Toxic, who is a wrestler in NSPW. He was my sister's boyfriend for a few years, and he's the reason why I made it to NSPW in 2018. So these people would be the three people I would put in my movie as a supportive cast.
Okay. And I will not ask you to cast the actors because
No, please.
we'll just leave that to casting.
Yes, please.
Well, it is sounding like a great movie, a blockbuster to say the least, and you could pre-order the tickets now. On to a controversial subject: pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
I don't care for it. I mean, if people like it, let them enjoy it.
Okay, so anti-pineapple on pizza.
No, really. I would eat it. I don't order it, but if it was the only choice of pizza, I would eat it.
Okay, so leaning more towards pro.
Sorry?
So you're leaning more towards pro pineapple rather than anti. Okay.
Pro. Put anything you want on a pizza. It's only pizza. I don't care.
What's your spirit Pokemon?
Charizard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Big flaming dragon, which is not a dragon type for some reason.
Now, since you are a Canadian from Canada, I do have two Canadian exclusive questions. The first one being, is Canada's greatest national treasure Sir Patrick Stewart? Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, the greatest gift of Canada. Ryan Reynolds is a great choice. Canada's greatest gift. Maybe Jim Carrey.
Okay, I can see that, for sure. Now, the second exclusive question is poutine. Where is the best place to get it?
The best poutine. Well, this is a very subjective subject, sir. I think a lot of people, when they say where the best poutine's at, it all comes down to nostalgia. And the answer won't be different from me. It's all from a nostalgia point. So it's in Le Louis Luncheonette in Sherbrooke, because I come from Sherbrooke. And Louis Luncheonette is like a small restaurant, like making like classic retro kind of junk food, and they do great poutine, and it's my personal favorite.
Okay. Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
Oh my God, that takes very good storytelling skills in order to wrestle a Rock. I don't know if I can pull it off, but I would be willing to try. So yeah, I would try to wrestle a Rock. I mean, we've seen people wrestling the Invisible Guy. We've seen two Invisible Men wrestling, so that's very good referee right there. We've seen Kenny Omega wrestle dolls. I mean, maybe I could wrestle a Rock. I mean, it shouldn't be too big of a rock because I could not lift it. But yeah, I mean, I could try.
Okay. Well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Wow. What the hell?
Yeah.
People do crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think he's in the next state over in Canada.
Maybe.
He wrestles in Barry Wrestling. In Barry.
Oh. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know that promotion.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I don't know. It's a question we are often asked in interviews, and I can't seem to know what to answer. I never know. In 5 years' time, I will still be in Quebec. I will still do my thing in the promotions where I want to wrestle. If NSPW is still around, which I believe it will still be around, and I will probably still be wrestling for them. Maybe a few other promotions. I will be close to 40, so I don't know if I'll still be wrestling. I mean, my knee is acting up, my back is acting up, my neck is acting up, so I really don't know. I would like to still be wrestling, but it's still going to be on a small scale, and I'm going to stay in Quebec. And I hope by that time I will have reached my goal of being an SPW champion.
All right. And what is a match people should go out of? What match of yours should people go out of their way to see that best shows off you as a pro wrestler?
They should go and watch my match against Travis Toxic last season in NSPW. Let me see, when was it? Toxic was in the springtime, I believe, so maybe the March show, which was maybe Ground Zero, I don't know. In NSPW, IWTV, at some point during the last season, I had a match against Travis Toxic. It was one of the greatest match I've ever done. So it's very easy to find. So maybe go see that match. I very much enjoy doing intergender. Travis Toxic is one hell of a pro wrestler. So wrestling him is it's hard and it's easy at the same time. And he's just amazing. So it's a great match.
Can we find that on YouTube?
YouTube, I don't know. It's on IWTV.
Okay.
I don't. It's on YouTube.
Well, if it is on YouTube, I can definitely grab the match and put a link to it in the description of the video below. For those with IWTV, I'm sure you could just type it into the search bar, and it will come up. So yeah, and definitely go check it out if you haven't seen it, want to re-see it after this interview. And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Oh.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Wow. Oh. Greatest pro wrestler of all time. Shawn Michaels.
Worst wrestler.
Goldberg.
I will accept that answer. You're main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Io Sky.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Oh, that would be the Hardy Boys. Their old school theme.
Oh yeah. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is
dead.
We would have also accepted taste great on toast. Squash. Vegetable or fruit?
Fruits.
Yes, it is indeed a fruit. It has seeds. Tomato logic. New Japan wrestler Tai Chi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
I did not understand that at all. I'm sorry.
No worries. When somebody's wearing trunks, wrestlers, how much of their butt should show in them?
Oh my god, little to none.
So little to none. Right. And the main event, the last question, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No, I haven't.
And that's the correct answer. And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Thank you so much for receiving me. It was a great time.
Absolutely. And once again, where can we find you on social media?
On Facebook, Loue O'Farrell, Ofarrell. Same thing on Instagram.
And merchandise is in person.
Sorry?
And merchandise is in person.
Yeah, only in person, yes. I don't sell merchandise online, unfortunately.
And you don't have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all her social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give her a damn follow. And if you're at a show, buy a damn shirt.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on Extra and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say wrestling with, you say entertainment, okay?
Okay.
For our special guest, Loue O'Farrell, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.